Hey, what's going on YouTube? James from J. Kramer Fitness Protein Review Guy. Today, we are going to go ahead and take a look at Kirkland's Whey Protein. And you're probably wondering, is this thing too good of a bargain? In this Kirkland Whey Protein review, it's going to be one of those Costco save the day type of stories. Well, kind of, but not in the way people want. If you're buying Kirkland because it's cheap and convenient, fair enough. But the thing is the definition of the bulk value you are receiving in this bag. The problem is the same reason it's such an easy grab. Kirkland gives you Costco confidence and then goes weirdly silent the second you ask for proof. So, is Kirkland Whey Protein powder good? Yes, in a very Costco way. It works, it mixes well, it's priced to live in your daily rotation without punishing your wallet. But if you're asking, too good of a bargain? The real answer is the bargain comes with a transparency tax, and I'm going to show you where you're paying it. Here's what Costco protein label does really well. It looks responsible. It gives you a clean nutrition facts panel as showed here, and it lists 25 grams of protein per serving. Even includes a percent daily value at 50%. On paper reads like, relax, we're real food style protein, nothing too sketchy here. But the label doesn't explain the part that actually matters if you're buying this for muscle. What the protein does per scoop. Because Kirkland won't publish a full amino acid profile, they don't disclose leucine per serving. And when I asked directly, the response wasn't, here you go. It was basically, if it exists, we might share it, and we'll get in contact you with an email, and I'm still holding my breath. So, you end up with this weird gap. The tub tells you the protein numbers, but it doesn't give you the muscle math behind it. Looking at what's verified, Kirkland protein powder is third-party verified and tested to certain parts. This is the part where I give it credit because the credit is earned here. Kirkland Signature Whey Protein shows up in the Informed Choice certification somewhere on here as such. Informed Choice is athlete safety screening, not consumer level transparency. The translation here, it's designed to catch banned substances and contamination issues that matter for sports compliance. It is not the same thing as publishing a COA, a heavy metals panel, batch level documentation, or a full amino acid profile so normal buyers who are kind of fitness nerds get to verify what you're actually getting in this thing. The only thing they were willing to confirm verbally was the gluten-free on the bag. So the verdict is simple. The certification is legitimate, but the transparency is complete. You get athlete safety screening while the receipts most buyers actually care about for Kirkland Protein Whey are still locked up. This is where Kirkland Protein Powder starts doing the thing a lot of brands do. It gestures at clean without fully showing the paperwork behind the clean. On the bag, the ingredients list, you'll see multiple organic callouts. Organic akashi, organic gargum, organic rice dextrin, organic rosemary extract. It reads like someone in the boardroom said, make it sound like Whole Foods, but at Costco price. And here's the thing, the ingredient list does show organic ingredients. That part is visible. The problem is what the label doesn't do. It doesn't identify a certifying body on the packaging in a way that gives you an easy proof trail. And as you already know, I already asked those questions and, well, proprietary. Here's what you should know about Kirkland protein powder and the lead content. When people ask about heavy metals, they usually mean in one word, lead. And with Kirkland protein powder, here's what we can honestly say about what's verifiable. There's no visible Prop 65 warning on the bag panel. That matters because Prop 65 warnings are legal disclosures triggered when a product can expose consumers to listed chemicals above California safe harbor thresholds. No warning means there's no California required disclosure shown on the packaging. As you can see in the back, clean. But here's the part that keeps this from being a victory lap. No warning is not the same as proof. Because, as you already know, I contacted Kirkland and they would not share a toxicology report because they're not available for public viewing. So the situation is basically this. The bag doesn't raise the Prop 65 flag. Kirkland won't publish the receipts that would let you independently verify heavy metals, which means the safety confidence still collapses into trust. So let's hit the question people actually mean when they say, is Kirkland legit? Is there proof for Kirkland Whey Protein is amino spiked? No. There's no direct proof of amino spike based on the label. The protein base reads like a normal whey blend. The whey protein isolate leading the formula and whey concentrate behind it. Nothing on the ingredient panel screams, we're padding with cheap amino acids, but there's also a problem here. I also can't verify the protein integrity with confidence because Kirkland won't publish that, as you already know, proprietary. So instead of caught red-handed, what you get is something more annoying, a trust-based purchase where the critical performance data is missing. No amino acid profile means leucine yield and total EAAs cannot be confirmed. Leucine content is treated as proprietary. Sure, the bag does advertise 5.6 grams of BCAAs, but there's no published breakdown to confirm normal whey ratios. Okay, so you're looking at protein powders at Costco and you see Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard, which is a recognized legacy brand, and you probably are trying to figure out, well, Kirkland Protein Powder versus Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard. They both sit in that daily driver lane. You want a scoop that works, doesn't taste like drywall, and doesn't cost boutique pricing. The difference is how they earn your trust. So let's go ahead and take a look at the two in the head-to-head matchup. Quick note before we go full nerd spreadsheet here, I'm not doing the entire head-to-head in this one. I'm going to go ahead and break it down, the Kirkland Protein Powder versus On, into a short series after I get this review posted. So here's the simple side-by-side reality using the label stats. Leucine, Kirkland is proprietary. On, disclosed 2.6, not verified. BCAAs, 5.6. On, 5.5 grams. Protein density, Kirkland 72%, On 75%. Protein per serving, 25 versus 24. Calories are both the same. Price per serving, Kirkland's about $1, On $1.34. So it's neck and neck here. So if you want the quick takeaway, Kirkland is the cheaper bulk option with Costco buyer protection, and On is the slightly more audit-friendly option because it actually provides the leucine numbers. Let's go ahead and drive down Amazon lane for a Costco protein powder review on Amazon and what certified buyers agree on. Quick bias check for the algorithm. On Amazon, Kirkland protein powder sits at 4.6 out of 5 stars based on a small sample size. Most buyers agree on the same thing. Mixes well for bulk. Protein powder tastes fine. The value feels strong. Main complaints though, show up occasionally in clumping. Usually when people push thicker mixes, like this guy. One practical note, if you're not a Costco member, you can buy it on Amazon, but beware, they're not usually from certified outlets. They're from independent third-party sellers, which are not authorized by Costco. So you're trading Costco's consistency and return protection for convenience. Let's go on to the final recap of this review, and here's the clean verdict on the Kirkland Whey Protein review. Yes, Kirkland Signature Protein Powder is legit in the way most people actually mean. Mixes well, priced to be a daily driver. The Costco policy makes this protein powder a low risk if it doesn't work for you. For budget-focused buyers, that's why this product stays in rotation. But it's not proof first protein. Kirkland's would not provide COA, no heavy metals testing, would not publish an amino acid profile. Leucine is treated proprietary. They wouldn't disclose the manufacturer and ask. So, transparency gap, 100% real. Redacted is the best way to put it. So that's why I gave Kirkland Costco protein powder a 33.5 out of 50, 67%. Value and mixability are very strong. The receipts are lacking. Final recommendation, it's a tough one to recommend if you're into the fitness nerdy stuff. If you want cheap functional whey with Costco safety net, yeah, this thing works. If you're only buying protein with public amino data, batch level testing, all that stuff you normally find in a premium price protein powder, you're not going to get it here. The one thing that you're probably wondering is, how many scoops does it take to stimulate muscle growth with this protein powder? 1 scoop of protein should be enough, but it might be underdosed. If you trust the brand, most lifters can treat this as a 1 scoop post-workout protein. It does the basics right, 25 grams of protein. However, we do not know how much leucine is in this thing. In this review is the same. It's only enough if you trust the brand, because Kirkland won't publish an amino acid profile with leucine, and that always stays proprietary. Without that, we can't confirm leucine per scoop. Yes, the ingredient list looks like a normal whey blend with isolate leading the label, but the formula still relies on a flavor system and supporting ingredients. And since the brand won't provide that amino receipt, we're still left assuming you're getting fully intact standard whey output per serving instead of verifying it. Practical play, 1 scoop is probably fine for most people. If you don't like probably, pair it with a known leucine-rich protein source. And if you've been a longtime viewer of this channel, high protein skim milk, 8 ounces. Let's go ahead and build ourselves a Costco shake. There's only one flavor from Costco, and that is chocolate. So we have one Costco boy going in. Let's go ahead, lock her up, shake. This thing comes off a little frothy here. Let's go ahead and check out the cap underneath. See, as you can see in there, hopefully you can see in there, there's powder in here. And so when you mix this thing with more than 1 scoop, that's when the mixing issues start clumping up. And then of course the other part of this too is I firmly agree you should stay with the 1 scoop. So let's go ahead and do the chocolate taste test. Cheers. This is something that you can enjoy on a daily basis. It doesn't get boring, but there are some concerns. I usually donate plasma, and I usually try to get at least 50 grams in the morning before donating. And so I've noticed, and this is completely anecdotal, if you do more than 2 servings, I did not feel good afterwards. So this goes back to my original research about requesting a toxicology report. If you saw my updated review for Optimum Nutrition's Gold Standard, Consumer Reports found that there were trace amounts of lead in their protein powder. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Costco has that same concern as well, even though there is no Prop 65 warning on the protein bag. The level of transparency is very weak and limiting. But if you're shopping at Costco, I mean, this bulk bag, if you stay with 1 scoop per day, it does enough where I think you should be able to drink most of this. I would compare this to a low-grade Op Nutrition Gold Standard chocolate. It's very boring, but it doesn't feel boring. It's one of those things you need to try. For the most part, if you really are going to get through this bag of protein, you're going to be mixing this thing with milk or mixing it with other additives. If you want the full written breakdown, label, screenshots, and all the boring but important receipts I couldn't fit in the video, links are listed downstairs. And if you made it all the way to the end of another protein review, as always, appreciate you. Make it a great day.